go into, you played Bernie Madoff, and brilliantly, I might say.
I did, I played.
Brilliantly. And Bernie Madoff was not a fan.
Bernie
Madoff. Very good. I mean, it's uncanny. Even getting the walk down, it was scary. But he was not a fan, not of your portrayal, which he thought, I guess, was brilliant, as it was. But that was unfair. That made him look even worse than he was.
You know, I wonder what Adolf Hitler's family is going to say when they see my film about, because I admit I was very opinionated.
You think you went too far in the movie, is what I'm saying?
No.
Okay.
No. As a matter of fact, the film could have gone a lot farther and not even touched how bad it was.
Did you have any doubts about playing that role? Sometimes actors feel uncomfortable because I might get typecast here. It's just a villainous guy.
Actually, I have played Republican villains.
Yes.
That's true.
Take great zeal in playing the Republican ones, right? Not the Democrat.
Well, I take great enjoyment in playing villains well.
Okay. Now, here's where one thing, you're very coy. You're very good at interviews here, but you never answer a question when it comes to taxes. Remember we were in Iowa, and it was such a pleasure, but he was a rock star in Iowa. Everyone said, oh, my God, it's Richard Dreyfuss. And I thought they were looking at me. Apparently not. But here's one thing that struck me. You were open to the idea of rich people like yourself paying more in taxes, but you didn't quantify how much more.
Well, first of all, I'm not addressed the issue like that myself. And no one talks about...
with me when I tried to ask you 5 different ways in Iowa.
Well, no one talks about taxes with any sense of maturity.
Okay, could my immature question is this.
Yes.
We have a top rate now close to 40%. Now, add all the Medicare surtax on it for rich people like yourself, it's really over 50%, right? So what is a fair rate for you?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
If it were 90%, as Bernie Sanders once wanted, would you be okay with that?
Well, the last time we had 90%, it was done by General of the Army's Dwight David Eisenhower. And no one questioned that
Well, he didn't do it. That was the prevailing rate at the time. But would you
and he,
in other words, you would advocate that? You'd be okay with that?
Well, it depends on the need. And
right now, you'd be okay with taking only 10% of all the money you make.
If you have just tried to pay for your involvement in a world war, and you know you got to pay up now, does that mean that the money then has to be higher?
All right, I understand that. All good points, all good points. You would be okay with Richard Dreyfuss, one of the most celebrated and gifted actors of our era, keeping only 1 out of $10 he makes.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever? I have to learn Swedish really fast. I don't think I can act in Swedish.
I think you can act in any language. That's a fair and balanced.
And by the way, when I was at the Republican convention and a radio talk show host nailed me about taxes, I said to him, you know, no one starts this discussion correctly. Do you believe that cops deserve to live above the poverty line?
Yeah, no, you went there and I saw that.
Now, time out. So let them hear it.
Then I asked you want them to pay 50%, so you want the rich to pay for it.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that.
You wanted more government to help take care of them, right?
Neil.
Now you're lying.
Neil, put a little
Now you're being Bernie Madoff.
A little stick.
Go ahead, Bernie.
I want the discussion to start. What do we need? What do we need? Then you can begin to build a tax
You are
structure.
so Bernie Sanders. So Bernie Sanders. It's not even a debate.
I know.
All right.
I know.
The Pope watches this show, and the Pope is hearing you lie right now.
The Pope?
Right.
How could he take on the Pope?
I thought of it this way. How could the Pope take on Donald Trump? Look at that.
Well, you know that he does have that. What is it, infallibility?
Yes, he's infallible. He cannot make a mistake.
He cannot make a mistake.
You have not made a single bad movie. You're a great actor. Your political views are kind of crazy, but you're brilliant.
You don't know my political views.
I kind of do. They scare me.
You think you do.
But I'm telling you, you are off the charts great. Bernie Madoff is in awe. That's how good you are.
And you know how long infallibility has been?
Look at all these movies. Just all of them.
Like in the middle of the 19th century, it was the beginning of that thesis, or whatever you want to call it. did not happen.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about, but you're so brilliant. I don't question it. Real quickly, really, how mature? Jaws, you still getting residuals, yes or no?
I never got residuals.
Oh, man.